Hello everyone, Steven here. This is the first of the 3 videos I'll be making for Monday, June 8th, 2020. We only have a couple more weeks left, this week and next week, okay? So we're winding down, okay? Alright, so we're going to be doing starting Unit 8, okay? Unit 8, and we're going to talk about, on page 98, we're going to talk about present perfect continuous tense, okay? Present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so present perfect continuous is also called present perfect progressive, okay? So you'll see, either way, it's the same thing. When you see continuous, it's, you'll also see progressive. So what is the present perfect continuous tense, okay? Well, let's do the formula first. Just like present perfect tense, present perfect continuous starts with have or has. Okay, that's for the third person singular. Okay, plus what? Plus you use the past participle form of the be, right? So that is what? That's been, okay? Remember, this is irregular pronunciation. It doesn't sound like bean, okay? That's a long sound, right? Long sound. Typically, when you have double E or double E, EA or double E, you have a E sound, right? Like teacher, right? Or have you seen, okay? But bean is normal pronunciation. Bean, okay? I like to eat beans, okay? But been is short, like been, okay? Like been, okay? Okay, how have you been? Okay? Okay, how have you been? And so it's a regular pronunciation, okay? It's pronounced been, not bean, okay? How have you been? No, how have you been? Okay, very short. Okay, so it's have has plus been, the past participle of be, plus what? Plus the base form, right? We talked about the base form, base form of a verb, okay? And plus ing, okay? So it's very long, okay? Okay, have has plus been plus base plus ing, okay? So for example, you will say what? You will say, what's a good example? Okay, let's say you have been work, okay, that's base plus ing, okay? You have been working, okay? You have been working, okay? So what does that mean? What does that mean? Have, has plus been plus base plus ing. Why do we have this tense, okay? What does you have been working mean, okay? So, again, we say present because we use have, has, which is in the present, form, okay? But it's really a past idea, right? So if this is, let's say this is now, okay? That's the present. So it happened sometime in the past, okay? It began sometime in the past and is continuing, okay? Present perfect, we don't know when it stopped, but present perfect continuous, it doesn't stop. It started, it began sometime in the past, and then it's continuing until right now, until this moment, and probably will continue in the future, okay? That's the expectation, okay? So that's what present perfect continuous is, okay? So it began in a non-specific time, it's non-specific, okay? Okay, it started in a non-specific time in the past, and it continues until this moment, to the present, and it will probably go on in the future, okay? So, you have been working means what? You started working sometime in the past, okay? It could be this morning, or it could be 10 years ago, okay? You started working sometime in the past, because I didn't say when, right? It's non-specific, and then you've been working continuously. You didn't stop, okay? You didn't stop working, okay? So if you've been working literally, at home since 10 o'clock this morning, and you've been continuing to work, or if you've been working at a job 10 years ago, Okay, of course you study. When in a long term, it means you didn't quit that job. Okay, you were continuously employed. You were continuously working for that business or that organization for the last 10 years without a break. Okay, so it started sometime in the past and it continues until this moment and will probably go on in the future. Okay, so that's what that means. Okay, non-specific past point and it continues till now and then it will probably move on into the future. Okay, that's what present perfect continuous tense communicates. Okay, all right, so let's erase all this because I'm going to run out of boardroom. Let me erase all this and use a couple of examples, okay? And just go through it, okay? So, well, let's use that one. We already have one. You have been working, okay? And then let's have another one. Let's use a third person singular. What's a good one? He has been studying. How about that? He has been studying, okay? He has been studying. Okay, so I just you second person and also third person just to do a has example. Okay, so this is the positive, right? This is the positive. Okay, how do you contract that sentence or these sentences? Okay, so you will say you've been working, or you will say he's been studying. Okay, so that's how you contract. Okay, this is the contraction. Okay, now just like this. You've. Okay, and then you say his, she's, it's. Okay, and then we could say we've, you've, and then finally Dave. Okay, I've, you've, his, she's, it's, with, they've. Okay, all right. Any questions so far? Remember, if you have any questions, always you can email me or you can just write a comment or question right below the video here in YouTube. Okay. All right. So one more time. I've, you've, his, she's, it's, with, they've. Okay. All right, that's how you contract in the positive, okay? All right, so let's see. So how do we make this into a negative sentence? Negative, okay? So make it negative. How do you make it negative? You say, where do you put the not? Okay, right there, between have and been, right? You have not been working. And then this one is, he has not been, okay, short been, okay, studying. Okay, you have not been working. He has not been studying. Okay, so you put the not between the has and the been. Okay, have and the been. Okay, those two auxiliary verbs, you put it between them. Okay, between have and been. Okay, or has and been. All right, how do you contract the negative? Okay, so you can say what? You can say you've not been working. Okay, just like the positive, you can just contract the first two words. You've not been working, or you could say he's not been studying. Okay, so you've not been working, he's not been studying. Okay, you can do that, but that's not the most common way people talk. Okay, what's the more common way people contract? Okay, all right, another way is you contract the second two, right? And that's more common. That's how most people speak. You have, okay, so you haven't been working, and then third person singular would be he hasn't been studying. Okay, you haven't been working. He hasn't been studying. Okay, so both forms are good. They're both grammatically great. Okay, they're both have equal meaning, same meanings. Okay, but most people will say he hasn't been instead of he's not been. Okay, and same here. Most people will say you haven't been instead of saying you've not been. Okay, but they're both okay. But this one is more common way of speaking. Okay, you hear that more. Okay, all right. So how do you make this into a question form? Okay, for a question form, you can make negative questions, but we'll just do an affirmative questions. We'll go back to the first sentence here and just flip, right? Flip the first auxiliary verb with the subject, right? So to make the question form, you just use have first, right? Have you been working? Have you been working? And then you say has he been studying? Okay, and I put a question mark. Okay, that's all you do. You just put the have or has in the beginning, and then put the subject right after it. Okay, have you been working? Has he been studying? Okay, and then how do you answer this? You can say yes. Okay, these are short answers. Yes. What? Okay, so have you? So you gotta answer I or we, right? Yes, I have. Or you say no, I have not. Okay, or you can contract that. Okay, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. Okay, so yes, I have, or no, I have not, or if you contract, no, I haven't. Okay, no, I haven't. And then same here. Has he been studying? You say yes, he has. That's a short answer. Or you can say no, he has not. Okay, again, you can contract that and just make it no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Okay? Very easy, right? All right. All right. So remember I said, present perfect continuous is non-specific time in the past. It started at a non-specific time in the past, right? But again, just like present perfect, you can make it specific by using the words for and since. Okay, for and since. Okay, so let me erase all this. Let me erase it. We're running out of room. I wish you had more room. Let me. Okay, so I wish I could just push this up. Okay, so if you said, okay, have you been working? Okay. Okay. Have you been working? Okay. Um, have you been working? Uh, you can ask that question, right? And we just answered that, right? But in order to answer with for and since, the question has to change, right? Question has to change to how long, right? You say, how long have you been working? Okay. All right. So they're asking specific question in the present perfect continuous. So you got to answer specifically, right? So you say, I have been working. Okay. And then you can say what? You can say for, let's say, for 2 years. Okay. You can say, I have been working for 2 years. Okay. And what is 2 years? That's a period of time, right? That's a period of time. Yeah, that's a period. Or you can say a span of time, or a period of time. Okay, I've been working for 2 years. Okay, or you can say what? I have been working since. You can use since, right? For or since. Okay, for since what? It's 2020 now, so 2 years ago is what? Is since what? 2018, for example. Okay, so what is that? That is a point in time. Okay, That's a point in time. Okay. I have been working for 2 years. That's a period. Okay. 2 years, is a period or span of time. Since 2018, that's a point. Okay. So, if you want to do a time, this is now. Okay. This is now. And this is what? This is a span. Okay. 2018. That's a span of 2 years. Okay. That's 2 years. And this one is what? Same thing. It's a now, but this is 2018 right here. That's just a point in time. Okay, if you use the word since, you gotta use a point in time. Okay, like 2018, like 7 o'clock, like January. Okay, or last week. Okay, but when you use a period of time, you say what? 2 years, 3 months, 4 hours. Okay, span of time. Okay, what's another one you can do? You can do since what? Since, okay, I have been working since. How about you say this? Can you do since with this period of time? No, you can't, but you can if you what? If you use ago. Remember, we talked about ago in a previous video, okay? So you can say, for for, you gotta just use span of time. Since, you gotta use a point in time. But when you put since plus ago, you gotta put a span of time, not point in time. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, so whenever you see the ago, since ago, okay, since plus span of time plus ago, this is a point in time. Okay, it goes back to this is now. Okay, so when you use since and ago, you gotta use a span of time, but it's not a span of time because of ago makes it point in time, okay? And we talked about that in a previous video, okay? So if you have any questions, always let me know, okay? All right. So, what's the question? How long has he been studying? Okay. So what can you say? You can say he has been studying what? For what? Let's say 3 hours. 3 hours. He has been studying for 3 hours. How about if I said since? What would you say? He has been studying for 3 hours, or he has been studying since what? Let's say 7 o'clock. Okay? 7 o'clock. Okay? A point in time. Okay? So this is a span of time, and this is a point in time. Right? Okay? How about if you do since and ago? Okay? What would you put here? You want to put span of time or period of time? Okay, you want to put a span of time if you put ago, right? You say since 3 hours ago. Okay? So 4 is span or period. Since is a point in time. When you put since plus ago, it's still point in time, even though 3 hours is a span. Okay? So that third one is a little confusing, and I know a lot of ESL students make that mistake. Okay? But that's how that works. Okay? 4 is for span of time or period of time. Since is for a point in time. Since plus ago, we use span of time, but it makes it means a point in time because that's what ago means. Ago makes it point in time. Okay? All right. So let me erase this. Okay? Let me erase all this. And let's just go through one more sample sentence and see if we got it. Okay? All right. So let's erase all that. All right. Let's do a different sentence. Okay? Let's do. Okay. There's in the book it says I've been waiting for a long time. Okay. Let's just use waiting, but let's just use we. Okay. We say we have been waiting. Okay. Waiting. Okay. We have been waiting. We have been waiting. Okay. So what's the contraction? You say we've been waiting, right? We've been waiting. Okay, that's the contraction. How about negative? We have not the contraction? Two forms. You can say we've not been waiting, or we can say we haven't been waiting. Okay? All right. And how do you make a question form? You say, have we been waiting? And the answer is yes, we have. No, we haven't. And then if you make a how long question, how long have we been waiting? Okay, you say we have been waiting. You say what? For 1 hour. Or since what? Since 10 o'clock. Okay? Or you can say since 1 hour ago. Okay? So that's in a nutshell. Okay? Okay, I hope this is easy and you understood everything. But if you didn't, just give me an email. Okay? Ask me through an email or leave a comment. Okay? All right. I'll see you in the next video.